right. Time for a review of this week's Orville. And yes, the beard is gone, mainly because I got tired of looking like a raggedy old Santa Claus, Frank. And also, when I'm eating an ice cream cone and picking whiskers, it's time to get rid of the beard for a while. Anyway. Oh, Firestorm. That was the name, yeah. This is the kind of, this is a good one. It's like, for a number of reasons. One, we get to learn a lot more about Alara's character, but also, you never really know what's going on until it gets close to the end, at which point, okay, it's time to give the gig up. And a little bit about, how things work in the Union fleet. That it's not just the doctor that can relieve the captain if things go wonky. Security chief can also, which really makes sense. This has been thought out, okay? We've learned from oversights, I wouldn't say mistakes from Star Trek, but things that weren't gone into. You can't just rely on the doctor or the first officer. Someone else might need to take over command here. So. And a little bit of all the other characters as well, too. What are their secret fears? So this was a very informative episode all around. And very well done. But also, some people point out this kind of have a haunted house type feel, which kind of maybe this might have been the Halloween episode. Entirely possible, but that's also the beauty of it being more episodic in nature. You can shuffle them around and pull them out of order. You do get stuff like the marriage joke with Ed and Kelly, where it's like, that doesn't fit with last week's, but whatever, that's going to run hot and cold. But overall, very good episode, especially for Alara. And she's becoming quite a favorite, I think. I think that she looks like she's 12, and so you automatically want to kind of feel for her in that position. And it was good seeing Bob Picardo back in there. And now we got, with the shuffling of one episode into next season, again, it's production's reason. Nothing's been canceled. And the last episode is still the last episode of this season. It's just, there are production reasons for the most part. And it was just, for everyone to catch up with it, just move it to next season. It was going to be a short season anyway, so no big deal. And this gives them a leg up on next season, too. Because one less episode to worry about. Except to worry about what need to be done with that episode. But for the most part, it's done, But, yeah, we got a couple more to go here. Hopefully one of them's going to be with the Patrick Stewart and Scott Bakula cameos. And again, the way I'm seeing them, I'm not seeing previews for that. I'm just seeing the episode and a little tag and then about fans have made the Orville the most watched show. And But yeah, another strong effort. They have yet to make a really bad episode yet. And it's probably the lesson American broadcasters have learned from British television. It's like, if you don't have overly long seasons, then you don't get the crappy filler episodes. You can concentrate on getting good ones. That's why, a typical British show, it's like 10 or 12 episodes nowadays. You don't get filler. So you don't get a case of like 1 week, like original series, you'll have, stuff like Sitting the Edge of Forever or Space Seed, only to be met up with, the alternative factor or Spock's brain or something. No, you don't have those things because you're no longer under the pressure of, we need to do 23 episodes. We got to fill in something there. Damn it, I don't care if it's ready or not. Go.
Okay.
We have a comment from the...
Yes, I do.
Okay.
There was a season of Lost that was shortened up, and that is considered one of the best seasons.
I think there was a writer's strike going on there.
Yeah, but it's considered one of the best seasons.
Because they had to concentrate on that. Well, also, I think it was also the time... JJ has a tendency with television to get bored and let his underlings take over the reins for a while. He did it with Felicity. I did it with Alias, and he did it with Lost. He started to get wandered off, and things didn't meander. And the network heads had to come down and whack him on the head and say, "Get back to work and finish your damn show."
But that
I know. Again, there was also
best.
it was, because you weren't wandering. He had no choice. He had to focus.
Yeah.
Because that goes with the complaint about J.J. Abrams. It's like he's great at setting stuff up, but not at finishing. So, which brings up a concern about him doing episode 9. Is like, can he deliver? As long as he sticks to the script, Star Wars has the advantage if he's not the one necessarily in charge. There are writers around there who know what they're doing. They can keep him focused, and whack him aside the head and say, "Get back." stay on target. Yeah, pun intended. But yeah, Orville is still holding strong. And I know you have to complain. Yeah, you're always saying that. Well, it's true. Okay. They're not falling apart there. They're going strength to strength to strength here. And it is. They have yet to put in a clunker. Even the slower stuff is still up there.
Yeah, there's not even a clunker episode of Family Guy. So.
Well, Family Guy. Well, Family Guy's only a half hour. You can get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
a half hour animation with that kind of humor.
It's kind of obvious there that Seth really knows what he's doing.
Well, this is broadening. Well, a couple of movies. Arguable quality. I liked them. I like Ted. I like Ted too, and I like and I like The Million Ways to Die in the West. I think people just don't get that one.
But
that's also why I fully expect Neil Patrick Harris to show up at some point. The rest of the major cast, I think, is except for let's see, Sarah Silverman hasn't shown up yet. But yeah, we'll get them all at some point. Seth has a lot of friends. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if whoever plays Lois shows up, because I don't think that's...
I had to look that up.
No,
it's not. It's not his wife. She's already doing the computer voice. I have to look up who that is. She's just a voice actress or whatever. But anyway. And as to us, we're still needing about $500-600, I think, to get the van fixed and that's underway. So, or somebody to come forward and offer to help out, in the repairs wise. So, anybody on the west side of Denver, the suburbs, who thinks you can handle a 1999 Nissan Quest replacement of a timing belt and a radiator for somewhat reduced cost, maybe a case of beer or whatever, come on, let me know in the comments, or we'll soak something up here.
We'd really appreciate it.
Yes, we'd like to get out of here now, because one thing when we were stuck in the Buick was inoperable. It was it was dead. It was it was like $1,000 worth of thousands of dollars worth of engine work. So that car was just a shelter.
$3,000 for the.
Well, the simpler way would have been a new engine. Would have been about $3,000 to $5,000 for remanufactured. So that car was just dead, waiting, biding time. This one can be fixed. Okay, that's the frustrating part. Now we're just trapped by a matter of just dollars. So PayPal, Patreon down below,
and thank you for watching.
And thanks for watching. Thank for those who have chimed in. Thanks a lot. You're keeping us alive here, because we're able to actually get some food, and I got the last round. Actually got to pay off our storage, because we got a couple of storage units to keep all our stuff in for now, and we were a little late on one of them. Made a couple of catch up on that one. Full disclosure. And since we've already bought the van, then we'll back to regular expenses come next month. But I'd like to be on the road before next month, okay? I would like to be making our way towards Virginia and make next episode from the road, Maybe somewhere down in Texas, or on the way somewhere.
And this is Mrs. Captain April saying hello.
Yes. The missus chiming in from the sidelines here. But yeah. Because I'll tell you right now, as it stands right now, we've got a grand total of maybe $5 between us and all of our accounts. Patreon is not kicking in just yet, and that'll only be like 19. I don't get paid for my YouTube check until Tuesday, and it is currently Friday. Means I think there's a lot of peanut butter sandwiches in our future unless something happens. Yeah. And I forgot again to get water for the cat. He should be fine for tonight.
Maybe get a couple more of those noodle thingies. I mean, they're only 50 cents a piece.
We don't have that much, okay? We are that close right now.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. Granted, I wanted to be positive. I am losing some weight, okay?
So am I.
Yeah, well, I'm actually, my guts started to disappear for training. I might actually be able to get back in costume for a convention soon. I'm about down to a point where those monster maroons from the movie era have not looked that bad on them. Much more of this, and I'll be back in original series uniform, not looking that bad either. That's not necessarily a good thing. This is not the way I recommend losing weight, guys, okay?
No. Same here.
Yeah, so. I would rather have it do exercise, not because of starvation. So, again, PayPal, Patreon down below. and share this around and get some more subscribers so I can start, get this over 1,000, then possibly get some sponsors and do some live chats, and we can start moving on stuff. And one idea I thought I want to get going on here is digging through a couple of them Star Trek cookbooks and starting the recipes, do a cooking segment. That's when we get a kitchen so I do this stuff. But before we start inviting more shoppers here, again, next time.